begin with a new chapter that is called S block elements. What do you mean by this S block elements? So the S block elements is nothing but these are the elements in which the electrons which enters into the last outermost orbital, that is called S orbital. So this we are going to call as the S block elements. You know this one, S orbital, always it is going to be available in the form of only one orbital. It is always having the one orbital is maximum 2 electrons can accommodate here. So this is called S block elements. Only if you take any elements, the last electron which must enters into the S block, that is called S block elements. So you know this one, based on this one categories, we are going to make it as a 2 categories. One is called in the S block elements group 1 and group 2. Group 1 indicates that the electrons which enters into the S orbital is having the only one electron in the S orbital. If you place the 2 electrons in one orbital, that is called group 2 elements. Group 1, group 2 elements. Group 1 metals, and this is called group 2 metals. And also we are going to call as the alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. So based on the electron which enters into the orbital is having only one electron, means that we are going to write it as the group 1. That we are going to call as the group 1 elements, or also we are going to pronounce it as alkali metals. That we are going to name it as alkali metals. Alkali metals. If you take the 2, that is called its configuration be NS1. NS1 means the outermost orbital which is having the S orbital, which should enter the only one electron, that is called group 1. What do you mean by this N? N is nothing but the principal quantum number shell. N may be values starts from 1, 2, 3, 7, like this. It goes on here. Suppose next, that is called group 2 elements. Group 2 elements are also we are going to quote as alkaline earth metals. Alkaline earth metals. Its electronic configuration, that is called NS2. These are the general electronic configuration for the S block containing the group 1, S block containing the group 2 elements. So it is only one electron can enter here and 2 electrons. You know this one, S orbital is having the capacity only 2 electrons. If 1 electron, NS1, 2 electrons, NS2. What are those elements comes under the group 1 elements? So when you look at the periodic table, group 1 elements starts with the hydrogen. But hydrogen we are not going to consider as the group 1, because our group 1 another name is called alkali metals. But hydrogen is a gas. That's why hydrogen is not going to be included in this group 1, but it's containing the only one electron, 1s1. So that's why they are going to place in the group 1 alkali metals. So first we should write the example. Lithium starts with the lithium. Why do hydrogen? Because hydrogen is a gas. Hydrogen, right? Lithium. Next, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium, and last one is called francium. So these are the metals which are going to come under the group 1 elements, that pronounce it as alkali metals. So because these are the metals. And also we are going to call as the electropositive metals. Come to the group 2 elements. Group 2 elements, here when you look at the periodic table, helium. If you take the helium here, that is 1s2 we are going to write. You may ask why this is not going to be included here. Once again, helium is a gas. That's why we are not going to place in the group 2 elements. That is, this is called a noble gas, right? So what are the example here comes under here? That is called beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, and last one is called radium. So these are the electrons, so which enters into the last orbital is having the 2 electrons. So like this we are going to classify as group 1 elements and group 2 elements. So let's study about the only starts with the group 1, that is called alkali metals. Let's start with the dealing the group 1 elements or alkali metals. So first one property, that is called electronic configuration. You know this one, group 1 elements. What are the elements which are coming here? First one, that is called lithium. It is called lithium. What is the symbol of this lithium? It is Li. What is atomic number? 3 is an atomic number. Electronic configuration. You know this one, how to write? It is called 1s2, 2s1. You should start with from lower energy to higher energy level. 1s2, 2s1. So also we are going to write it as like this. Helium 2s1. Why we should write the helium here? Because helium containing the 2 electron. 2 electron is that is called stable here. Helium gas is unstable because of the completely filled electron. That's why instead of 1s2, we are going to write the nearest noble gas, that is helium, then 2s1. So let's take the next one. After this helium, that comes under the sodium, right? Sodium. Sodium. Its symbol will be Na and its atomic number will be 11. Just you should add the 8 numbers to 3. 3 plus 8, that is 11. So 11 means how should write? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s1. Because when you look at this one, outermost orbital, the outermost means valency electrons or valency shell, that is having the only last electron that enters into the s orbital. It is going to be having the only one electron which enters the s block, having the only one electron, but this principal number is going to be changed here. That's why it's general electronic configuration of the first group elements that we are going to indicate as the ns1. N is the principal shell is going to be changed here. Or also we are going to write like this as, so 10 electrons, 2 plus 2 plus 6, 10 electrons means that is nothing but the neon. Its nearest noble gas will be neon. After the neon, that we are going to write it as 3s1. Right? You can write like this also. You can write like this also. Neon is 10. 10 plus 1, 11. Next one. After the sodium, next comes under the potassium. Potassium is, that is K. Potassium symbol is K. So atomic number means again you should add the 8 plus 8 to this one. 11 plus 8, that becomes 19 here. So 19 means how should write? Electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p. See, that is 3p6, right? So 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6, 10, 10 plus 12, 12 plus 6, 18. So 18 means next one, it is called 4s1. So 4s1 means again once again, and is 4 here, or we should write as its nearest noble gas, that is called argon. Argon is a noble gas element, it is stable. That's why we are going to take the nearest stable, that is argon, remaining 4s1. Yes. So after this potassium, next comes under the next rubidium. Rubidium. Now we should add the, that is 18 numbers. This one. First we should write the symbol, that is rubidium. We should add the 18 here. So 19 plus 18, that becomes 37. Why I am going to add here 3 plus 8, 11, 11 plus 8, 19. But here that I am going to add the 18. So these are the numbers we are going to call as the magic numbers. In chemistry, these numbers we are going to call as the magic numbers. So 3 plus 8, 11, 11 plus 8, 19, 19 plus here 18, that is 19 plus 18, that becomes 37. After this 37, again I am going to add the 18 number, that becomes the 55, like this. So these are the numbers we are going to call as the magic numbers. Let's take the 37 configuration. How should we write this one? 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 3d10, next continue, 4s2, 4p6 and 5s1. Let's count here. 37, 2 plus 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 18, 28, 30, 36 plus 37. So that is called rubidium. Or also we are going to write it as like this. It is nearest noble gas. So these numbers are going to call as the krypton. Krypton is having the 36 and remaining 1 electron that enters into the 5 orbital, 5s orbital. So last enter. So like this is called principal quantum number 5s1. Similarly, next I am going to take for the cesium. Cesium is having the symbol Cs and atomic number will be 55. So we should, instead of writing these electron configuration, I am going to write next to its noble gas will be, it is called xenon. Xenon is having the, so that is called atomic number should be 54. It's a 54 atomic number will be there, and remaining next electron enters into the 6 orbital, 6s1. So 54 plus 1, 55. Similarly, I am going to take for the francium. So francium means that is symbol for. So now I am going to be adding the 32 here, 32 digit number here. 32 means, so 5 plus 2, that's 7 and 87. So this will become 87. So 87 is an atomic number for this francium. So now I am going to be adding the 32. So 32 is also a magic number. So instead of writing all the electron configuration once again, its nearest noble gas will be, that is called radon. Radon is its nearest noble gas for this francium, that contains the atomic number 86 and remaining 86, and remaining is only one electron that I am going to enter into the 7s orbital. Now it becomes 7s1 like this. So 86 plus 1, 87. So like this we should write the electronic configuration, and these are the atomic numbers and symbols and elements. So this is about the group 1 elements. First character is electronic configuration. Let's discuss about the second properties of the alkali metals. So these comes here. The first property set of elements means that is called electronic configuration. How the electrons which are going to be enters into the group 1 elements. That is, we have seen alkali metals, right? So next, the second set, that is called some of the properties of the group 1 metals. That it is saying that atomic and ionic radii. So you have already studied about this one, atomic and ionic radii. So you know this one. When you see the group 1 elements starts from the lithium, right? So lithium will be the size is having the very smaller size, right? So lithium. Next, after this lithium, sodium comes here. Lithium, sodium, potassium, then rubidium, then cesium. It means when you look at the down the group, what happens as the atomic number goes on increases down the group? What happens? Atomic number increases, the size which will be the atom's size. I mean that becomes larger and larger, right? From initial lithium is atomic number 3, right? Compared to sodium, it is 11. So sodium will be the higher size in the compared to lithium. Like this potassium, like this rubidium, cesium, like this goes on increases. When their size goes on increases, that is called radius. That radius is also goes on increases, right? That means when you look at the periodic table of the first group elements, what happens? And look at the group, particularly group 1 elements, as we move down the group means lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Down the group, what happens? Atomic and ionic radii goes on increases. What is the reason we should write here? So why atomic and ionic radii increases? Because when the atomic number increases down the group, and atomic radii, and means these set of this radii goes on increases because of the size goes on increases. So this is about the one characteristic point about this one. Next one, ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy means the amount of energy is going to be required to remove the outermost electron. If I take this any one metal, so this is called, center is called nucleus here. So these will be inner electrons, and last at this stage 7s1, 6s1, right? So these are called the outermost shell electrons will be there. If it is considering the outermost shell electrons, because you know this one, group 1 metals or alkali metals, last electronic configuration will be ends with the s orbital, right? So that's why this comes under the s block elements. So outermost electrons will be say if it is say 7s1, right? So what happens? The inner, there will be reduction takes place from the nucleus and the outermost electrons, because this is called reduction takes place because of the by the inner orbital electrons. So that is called screening effect. So screening effect does that the presence of the electrons in between the nucleus and outermost electrons, these which reduces the attraction between the nucleus and outermost electrons. So that's why what happens as we move down the group, the ionization enthalpy goes on decreases. So what happens here? So when you move down the group, what happens? This ionization enthalpy or ionization energy goes on decreases because size increases. When the size goes on increases because of the atomic number increases, size goes on increases, but at the same time these inner electrons present in the between nucleus and outermost electrons, which reduces the attraction between from nucleus to this one. So that's where amount of energy required that takes place to till last year, that becomes decreases because of the inner orbital electrons. So here when you move down the group, that ionization enthalpy goes on decreases. This is about the second one. And last one, hydration enthalpy. So here what happens? Hydration enthalpy. If I take any metal like this, now I am going to take this metal ion, and here I am going to take the water molecules here. This is called water molecules, right? So here the new set of bond formation will take place here, because the metal ion and here oxygen and hydroxide will be there, right? So this is called delta minus will be there. So because of the set of the new bond formation takes place from this metal ion and this water molecules, that we are going to call as the hydration enthalpy. So this hydration enthalpy is also goes on decreases down the loop. So I may write this order like this: lithium plus, which is greater than sodium plus. Sodium plus, which in turn is greater than the K plus. Why I am going to write plus 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 means it has capacity to lose only one electron because its outermost orbital is containing general -1, right? So lithium plus, sodium plus, potassium plus, then rubidium plus and cesium plus. So this is the order, set of the order. Means as we move down the group, when you look at the group 1 elements, what happens? Atomic number increases, size increases, atomic radius increases, as but ionization enthalpy decreases, as well as this hydration enthalpy goes on decreases. Let's discuss about the physical properties of the group 1 metals. So let's take one by one here. All the alkali metals are silvery white, soft and light metals. They are very light metals because of their atomic number. When you take the lithium metal, it's containing the atomic number, it's a very lighter metal. So amongst all the group 1 elements, so lithium will be the lighter metal, and almost they will be having the silvery white or silvery white color will be there. So if you take the sodium metal, so that is also silvery color will be there. And one more interesting that, so that sodium metal which is going to be kept under always kerosene. In the presence of kerosene liquid, they are going to be placing here, because when you get to open, that sodium metal is when come to the open, or it is going to be near to the water or atmospheric air, what happens? It immediately causes fire. So that's why always sodium metal is kept in the kerosene, because of they are highly reactive. They are highly reactive. That's why when you kept the open, they immediately react with the atmospheric air and water. And the next one property, the melting and boiling point of the alkali metals are very low. They are very low, melting points and boiling points. So usually they are having low because of the weak metallic bond. Because of the weak metallic bond. You know this one, if I take the example sodium, its outermost electron will be 3s1, right? So due to the presence of this one valence electron in the outermost orbital, because of this one they are going to make a utilization of the bond formation. So that's why this will be forms the weak metallic bond. So that's why there will be melting point and the boiling points will be low. And come to the last one, the alkali metals. So some characteristic color, they have the capacity to show some characteristic color. So to an oxidizing flame, means if we take any metals, these metals, when we take these metals, when you get heating, what flame ionization, what happens? So if I take this one electron in the outermost orbital, suppose if I take the sodium only, consider as a 3s1 in the ground state, and it should be in the excited state. So if I take one electron, sodium metal on the outermost electron, it will be used in the ground state, right? It should be used in the ground state. When I am going to heat this one, so because of this loosely bonded electron or outermost shell electron, this electron which jumps to the higher energy levels. This jumps to the higher energy levels. This is called higher energy level. This is called lower energy level. So when you say when you are going to heat this compound, so outermost electron which gets from ground state to higher energy level state, it is going to be there. So after some time, it comes immediately back to its ground state. While coming back to its ground state, they will be going to emit the radiations. The emit radiations that is in the form of, so they show the color like this. Lithium metal that shows the color crimson red color, sodium metal usually yellow, potassium metal violet, rubidium red violet, and cesium which shows the blue, and their respective wavelength is also going to be given. Lambda means it is indication of the wavelength, and that wavelength will be measured in the nanometer. Nanometer means 10 power minus 9 meter. So they should be kept under the nanometer. So this is about the wavelength of these metals, and they emit to the, because when it comes to the from higher energy levels to ground state, they start to emitting the radiations. That emitting radiation will be like this will be there. So this is about the physical properties of the alkali metals.